They made it through the Columbia Regional and through Greensboro, and now the South Carolina women's basketball team is here for their first ever Final Four appearance. We're here outside Amalie Arena in Tampa, where we're awaiting the matchup of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the South Carolina Lady Gamecocks. Notre Dame comes in as the ACC champion, and this will be the third ACC team South Carolina has played in a row in this tournament. They'll be led by Jewel Lloyd, a former teammate on USA Basketball of Tiffany Mitchell, and she'll lead that team in scoring as well as an emotional leader. South Carolina, it comes in with a huge height advantage with players like Elena Coates, Tiffany Mitchell, and Asia Wilson. Ultimately, the key to this game was offensive consistency. South Carolina could only manage 40% from the free throw line, while Notre Dame put up an impressive 85.7%. Their scoring was led by Jewel Lloyd, Taya Reimer, and Brianna Turner, each in double figures, and Jewel Lloyd led with 22. South Carolina was led by play from freshman star Asia Wilson. She had 20 points, and this served to be her breakout game. Not to say that she's a bad player by any stretch, of course, but this is probably one of her most impressive performances. Alicia Welsh, the senior leader, had 10 points and 14 rebounds, most of those coming in the second half, and those were key. But the key 2 points of the entire game came from Madison Cable of Notre Dame. She had the last 2 points of the game, and it served to be the game winner. And speaking of last possessions, Tiffany Mitchell had the ball for South Carolina's last possession. She got the ball from the midway point and tried to pass the ball around, but she couldn't get a pass off. She got trapped in the corner, thought the ball went out of bounds for a moment, and shot the ball from the baseline, could not go in. Final score 66-65 Notre Dame. Now let's hear some post-game reactions in the locker room after the game.
If we give them these buckets, they're going to be really efficient, and we didn't cut into their efficiency like we needed to.
Just didn't come into our favor. I mean, it is tough, of course. I mean, I hate losing. I know each and every last one of us hates losing, but we're just going to learn from it. We really are. I mean, it's tough, but we just got to keep going for it. Of course, we want to take it back, but that's not the way life goes. And me as a freshman, I just have so much to learn from these seniors and from these girls. My teammates are just the best, and I mean, it's a blessing to be here, honestly, even though it didn't go into our favor.
I
think we're pretty motivated. I think we're focused and we're even more determined. We're hungrier than we were this year. I mean, of course, our goal was to win a national championship, but that still is our goal. That really is. So, I mean, we're just going to go out next year and give it our all. We know what it takes now. We know what we have to do to kind of build on it and just keep building and building. Got our freshman incoming and getting her prepared. So, just going to take it step by step. You know, to just kind of look back to, you know, my freshman year, my first game, and you know, fast forward into now and just, you know, kind of realizing how fast it all went by. You know, I just wish I had more time. You know, I hope, you know, Coach Staley is still, you know, able to bring in the best kids in South Carolina to stay at home, because I think we kind of go to a testament of what can happen when, you know, some of the best kids from South Carolina come together and form a team. The one thing I'll take from this game, I mean, honestly, is pain. You know, it hurts. It hurts, and there's no way around it. You know, there's no way to sugarcoat it. You know, there's no way I'm gonna act like it's not here. You know, it hurts. So, you know, anytime you deal with a loss, especially a loss that ends your season and, you know, for seniors, ends your career, you know, I think the only thing that really sticks about that game, you know, 10, 15 years down the road, is the pain that you felt afterwards. You know, and I think the biggest thing is just, you know, realizing how resilient this team is, you know, and to, you know, I want it to be where, you know, no matter if you're down by 10, 15, 20, you know, you never drop your head and you never feel like the game is over. And, you know, I credit my team for doing that, because we've done it so much at the times where it's mattered the most. And, you know, I don't look at this, you know, as a failure. I just, you know, look at it as it just didn't go our way.
The Lady Gamecocks will look to bounce back next season, only losing 3 players, Ella Mebium, Alicia Welch, and Olivia Gaines. Elena Coates can take over for Alicia Welch on the floor, but Alicia Welch was known as a leader, and that's something you can't replace. However, they should still have just as good a season, and hopefully next season we'll be back next year in Indianapolis for another Final Four and hopefully a championship. It's been a huge past couple of days here in Tampa, really exciting. We drove down yesterday morning, Sunday morning, 7.5 hours on the road. And I brought Michael Rapp with me, really glad he came with me. Otherwise, I would have had to drive all that time by myself, and I probably would have gone crazy. huge thanks to the Anders family, my dad and my grandfather for all donating, as well as all of the donors for making this trip possible. Without you guys, we would have been at home watching this on television, but we got to be here and experience the Final Four in person, something a lot of people can't say, especially a college freshman like myself. So a huge thanks to everybody here. While this season for the Gamecocks is wrapped up, there's plenty more to come in Columbia. We've got baseball, we've got softball, tennis, even sand volleyball, and Capital City Sports will have all that coverage. So stay with us, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even YouTube for all of these highlights. And for all of us at Capital City Sports, I'm John Wagner.